Good morning, guys. It is a new day, new week, kind of, and a new vlog. Today is actually Wednesday, so starting this vlog kind of in the middle of the week. I just ran home to my parents' house and got the rest of my stuff. So I'm gonna go ahead and move that into the house. I'm just gonna throw it in a room because I don't know what I'm gonna do with that stuff yet. That is gonna be for a later date. And then I'm running over to the shop because Dylan is working on a new project that I'm gonna show you guys in this video, which is gonna be super, super fun, super cool build. Let's get started. Great memorabilia in this bag from Dylan and throughout high school, the stuff that we did and the stuff that he gave me that I'll have to show you when I'm all done. Look at it. This actually is how Dylan asked me to prom, I believe, back in, I think this was our junior, no, it had to be our senior year because we didn't go to our junior prom, and then he voice memoed it in this little recorder right here, but it's out of battery, but it asked me to prom and it's so cute. Look at the minion. This was our first Christmas together. I think he gave me a Michael Kors purse in this. It's like a wooden present looking thing, and he gets so embarrassed when I pull this out. He's like, that is so bad. But for real, I think it's pretty good. But he used a scroll saw and you can see he just like went through these parts of the wood, but I still like it. And then this is what he had my ring in when we went to Colorado for our anniversary, but turned out to be our engagement. So my ring was in this box, and then the note he read is also in here, but I'm not gonna read that because it's a little embarrassing because I wrote it back in high school. But I'm gonna keep all of this forever and ever, and I have so many other things that I could probably pull out later on, but I'm gonna head to the shop. Such a good angle, but it is pouring rain and I have a hard time driving in the rain and I can barely see on the roads. I'm currently in a drive-thru getting food because we're hungry, but just like a fun fact, I cannot see when it rains this freaking hard, and it rains about every other day here in Alabama, so that's fantastic. I made it to the shop, and here is all of the wood that we are using for these shelves. We have a ton of white oak, and we have a few boards of maple that we're doing the shelves out of. I'm going to film Dylan working a little bit in here and just trying to give you an overview of this project. There's the maple. I was looking for them and I couldn't find them. So this is all of the white oak we have, and then these are the boards, maple boards. I can't speak today, but yeah, I'm just going to film Dylan doing his thing in here, and this is actually a client project, so we'll kind of talk about that a little bit later as well, like how to price it maybe a little bit. We actually have a full video of how to price your work. I'll link it down below, but this is a client project, so we'll show the full install and everything in this vlog.
So Molly and I don't have a jointer here in the shop, so I'm going to show you what we do when we have some lumber that's not perfectly flat. The problem with this is it has a little bit of twist in it. You can see it rocking. If we were just to send this through the planer, it would actually just replicate that same twist in the board because there's feeders that press this board flat as it goes through, and we'd actually start making that even more prominent in the board if we just ran it through. We actually need to get one face flat. That's the purpose of a jointer. This is the way we like to do it. I just have a piece of MDF here that's roughly the same size as our board, and we'll pass through the planer. And what I'm going to do is I'm actually going to look down this board, and I'm going to see which point is really the high point because I don't want to plane off too much. So really this side is kind of curled up. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna press this down tight. I'm gonna use a little shim and I'm just gonna press in over here like this until I get this over here nice and tight. Make sure there's no movement anywhere on the board, and then I'm going to use a hot glue gun. I'm going to use low temp hot glue, which means it'll dry a lot faster, which is really good. So I'm just going to put a little dab in this corner, and then all the way around, and make sure I get a decent amount over here on this shim, just to make sure that shim stays in place. Other things to think about is there could also be a bow in the board, so you want to look down here, see if there's any gaps. There's a gap on this side. So I'm gonna take another small piece and I'm gonna push it in this gap over here. This is really small, but I'm gonna do that because this will get pushed flat, like I said. So a bow will actually just create a more pronounced bow if we don't do this. So this board I purposely ran the wrong way, and it's hard to see on camera, but there's actually a bunch of little picked looking spots, like it's kind of, I don't know, like the grain's kind of coming up and it's not very smooth. That's because the board was ran through the wrong direction. If you look at the top of this board, you can see the grain coming this way and this way and this way and this way. This is a flap, like this could peel up this way. So if you run the planer through there, you can actually lift the grain up, and you don't want that to be happening. And that's what kind of creates this bad sort of chippiness. It's kind of hard to see here in maple in the side grain, but typically grain runs up at an angle like this. And if this happens, you want to flip the board around and run it back through, and you'll get a nice smooth surface. Now that I have one side nice and flat, I'm going to flip it over and run it through this way with the good side down, and we'll have a perfectly parallel faces that are both flat as well.
What'd you get? The grin. True Dylan fashion, when you make a mess, you just buy something expensive to fix it.
Yeah, see, this is just gonna fix all of our sawdust problems.
I mean, that's where his hat was. It is caked.
It's ridiculous.
Everywhere.
Oh my goodness. So in the last vlog, I kind of left off working on this dryer that we got, this new dryer. So I want to show you guys a couple of things that I'm doing. I just got some parts in the mail and just sort of getting this thing running really well. We ended up getting this washing machine for a really good deal, and it came with a dryer for free. They didn't know what was wrong with the dryer, and they actually were just getting a whole new set because they couldn't really figure out what was going on with the dryer. So I opened everything up and I assessed it, and I found what I believe is the issue with it, and was able to fix it. So once I get all this back together, we'll know for sure, but I want to share with you guys quickly what it is I'm doing. So these are the guide wheels that the drum runs on. You can see this is an old one, and it's really nasty, and it's got a lot of play in it. Well, basically, I've gone in and I've replaced these. This kit on Amazon, which I'll link in the description in case someone has a similar unit as to what we have, but this kit was only like 30 bucks. So I'm replacing all the guide wheels in here so that they're all brand new, because this one here was actually missing, and I believe what happened is at some point this broke and they sort of like let it go, and then they didn't fix it, and then it caused other issues. So I've replaced all these, and now I'll have to replace just the last two on this one, which is just the front pair, and all it is just a bolt, and then they're on the opposite side of that bolt. But because this thing wasn't running true, it actually caused damage to the air seal, which is why they were having issues with their clothes not drying properly, in addition to the fact that this thing was full of lint, which also causes that. So I've got this part on order. This part was actually really expensive OEM. It was like $180 OEM. So I found one on Amazon that I think will work, and it was only like 30 bucks. So we're hopefully going to be like maybe $60 to $80 in on fixing this guy, but I've just taken the whole thing apart. Here is the motor. The electric motor looks really good. That kit also comes with an idler wheel, which apparently is one of the main things to kind of wear out on these Samsung units. So it's good that I'll be replacing that as well. So really the inside of this thing will be pretty darn new and cleaned up really well. So hopefully, fingers crossed, that works and we can check off the washer dryer saga.
Good morning, guys. It is another cold day, so I went ahead and put on my long sleeve Ariat shirt. This is actually a fire resistant shirt, but it is the warmest thing that I could find, and it's so comfy. So I went ahead and threw it on Grammar. Ariat's one of the sponsors of this channel. We love them so much. We love all of their clothes, and we love them especially for their workwear line, and me especially for the women's workwear line, because it's so difficult to find anything in the workwear field that fits me well. So I'm so excited to have these women's workwear line. Speaking of that, I'm still in my pajama bottoms and we're about to head to the shop. So I'm going to go ahead and change into my workwear. I don't know why the lighting is like flickering. Dylan actually wears his Ariat stuff every single day, and he's still asleep right now. So I'm gonna catch him when he wakes up and gets dressed, and I bet you that 100% he's gonna be wearing head to toe Ariat. As expected, he's in head to toe Ariat. Do you wanna tell him what you're wearing? Actually, come in here first.
Are we like doing the Ariat segment here?
Yeah.
Okay, so these are the 6-inch work boots. I'll leave links to everything below, but these are my favorite in the shop boots because they're really comfortable and they're not as bulky as some of the slip ones. I feel like these are just a little bit easier to wear all day. And then I'm wearing the Rebar Durastretch canvas pants, and you all have heard me talk about these before, but these are literally my favorite pants that I've ever owned. I have a couple pairs of them in different colors, and they're just really nice because they're super durable, but they have a little bit of stretch. But then the biggest thing for me is that they're actually like a tailored fit. So I can't stand work pants that flare like an obnoxious amount. I really don't wear massive boots, so there's no reason for me to have that. and these just look much nicer, and they're a lot lighter as well. So yeah, these are like my favorite pants I've ever owned, and they're not expensive. So I would highly recommend checking these out.
Literally, he wears either these or the khaki colored ones every day.
Literally, I even wear them in the summer. They're just my favorite pants I've ever owned. I just wear them over and over and over. And these are the first pair that I've owned, so these are still in really great shape. This is just another rebar workwear pullover hoodie. It's a pretty nice hoodie. Nothing super special here, but it's just a nice functional piece of kit. I'm probably wearing an Ariat shirt, to be honest.
Probably, yep.
You know, I just wear all Ariat. But honestly, if you're looking to get something that's like really functional workwear, super nice, I would recommend starting with these pants. They're just phenomenal. These boots are also really nice. They're actually like people compliment them all the time. So they look very nice. They look not like super work booty, which is, you know,
I agree. Yeah,
it's nice to see because I can wear these out to dinner and everything and never take off any of the clothes that I wear every day, all day. So yeah, check this stuff out. They're a big support of our channel, and we really dig their stuff. So that's it. Good.
to the shop.
To the shop.
So I lied earlier when I said that you'll see the whole entire build in this video. We did not get it done this week, but it'll definitely be finished in this following vlog next week. So that build will be all wrapped up. Super excited. It's looking so good. So that's going to end off this video. Super excited about the domino, but in future build videos we won't be using the domino all the time, but we will be using it a lot. I think it's kind of the next step in our business because we just want to make some other kind of furniture for especially the house and for more client builds. That tool will be coming handy in so many different ways. So kind of switching gears a little bit, but still, you know, sticking to our roots with the DIY. So just something to look forward to, but we are ending the vlog here. I hope you guys enjoyed. Don't forget to like and subscribe and all that good stuff, and we will see you next week.